All right, folks, it's Monday. It's a new week on Limbo podcast, and we're pulling out all the goddamn stops tonight. We got Angela Mockbee as my co-host. What the fuck is going on? But more importantly, well, not more importantly, but also as important as our guest,
More
Robb
importantly.
Rivera from Nonpoint. Thank you, Rob, for coming on. We appreciate it, my friend.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, yes. And thank you to the fine people at FM Management for hooking that up. We've been waiting a while to get a hold of you, so we're stoked, man.
Awesome, man. Let's do it.
So what the hell are you up to, dude? What's going on? What's going on in the Nonpoint camp and the Robb Rivera podcast camp? Wherever you want to start.
Well, I mean, we ended our touring cycle last December 19th. We're out with Hell Yeah. And we were actually going to take most of the year off.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
We had a couple announcements that we had set, but unfortunately COVID-19 had other ideas and decided to inflict BS upon the entire world. And so we were, we were supposed to, like I said, make some announcements. And so we had to put the kibosh on that, and then so we decided, we were actually, in the dark. Like we have updated all our socials with a dark image. So we none of us had posted anything online for almost 3 months. Wow. And that's the longest I've ever been off social media. Like, I mean, I kept up with what was going on, but I didn't post anything, so. And so we, decided to turn back the clock on our music, go back in time in our past. And we released a quarantine version of Alive and Kickin'.
Right.
And then we also released a quarantine version of Frontlines, which we changed the lyrics, and that's dedicated to all the frontline and essential workers dealing with this pandemic and putting their lives on the line, for people they don't even know, and they have to be there to help you. And they're there, brave men and women, helping us out. And so we did that, and then we did this little bracket for a cover song. Yes. Which we're going to be, we're working on, and the one that won was Prince, When Doves Cry.
Oh my God.
And it's like, never have I felt, it's the hardest song to recreate.
I was going to say.
It's absolutely insane trying to recreate this track.
You know what, though?
And with the song, with us, we've covered In the Air Tonight. We did, it was such a special way how we covered it.
Right.
That you kind of have to, that's kind of sets the bar and the tone.
Right.
So, and other than that, obviously I still have my podcast, not releasing every week. We go maybe 1 or 2 weeks without, and because of scheduling. And it's weird because I haven't been able to really find many guests. You figure most of these people are home and not doing anything.
I'm telling you, yeah, I have no problem finding guests right now. That's too bad.
Yeah, but I've been trying to find guests, and if not, I don't find any. So me and Rob, we just chop it up and start talking whatever, whatever is in our mind. And I also have started a YouTube channel doing covers, drum covers.
I saw your Post Malone cover there you did of Rockstar.
Yeah. I mean, the whole purpose of I've been wanting to do something like that. I've been seeing all these drummers do these covers. I said, let me delve into this world. And I mean, I'm not the best guy to cover. I'm not good at covering songs and, playing it exactly the same way. I usually just play it my way.
Yeah. So
that was my whole point of the channel, is to possibly either pick songs you may not think I would do, and then play them as if I was the drummer in the band.
Right.
So basically playing it my style. So I've done Lil Nas X, Old Town Road. I did Stevie Wonder's I Wish, and then Post Malone's Rockstar with our guitar player Jason Zielstra was there helping us. Awesome. Putting down some low end riffing. But and now I'm not sure what I'm doing next. I'm gonna go Thursday. I'm gonna just wing it and see what I pick. I mean, I know a lot of people have been asking for a Metallica track, and
okay.
And Metallica's like one of my favorite bands of all time. So like I love Lars. He gets a lot of flack, man, but he is a fantastic drummer. And I would love to put my spin on a Metallica track.
That's
And
awesome.
that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much what I've been doing, and we're, like I said, trying to get this um cover song done. We have some announcement. Actually, we're doing some anniversary shows.
Okay.
Not in a live environment. We're going to be doing them online.
Okay, a live stream.
There's some anniversaries coming up for 2 of our records, so we're trying to see if we can pull this off.
Okay.
Other than that, man, I'm just, being able to hang out with my kids a lot and just here in my house writing music and catching up on lots of Netflix.
What are you watching on Netflix?
I mean, there's so much. Like I got HBO Max, so I've been watching Friends all over again.
Nice.
It's such awesome. And I didn't realize like on Amazon Prime, like Dukes of Hazzard and 21 Jump Street are on there.
I did not know that.
So I've been watching old Johnny Depp, 21 Jump Street, and so and just trying to keep it, trying to keep it positive despite, these are some shitty times, man. And so we're trying to keep it positive. I'm trying to keep it positive. It's really hard, No, I see a therapist, because sometimes I go a little nutty.
Mm-hmm. But, fair enough, bro.
Yeah, that's what's in Robb's world.
That's what's in Robb's world right now. Well, I dig it, man. I just back to the When Doves Cry cover. My favorite song of yours was actually that tribute you guys did on Loud Rocks. I believe it was that hip hop mashup. You did like Wu-Tang Clan, and you had like 5 songs.
Yeah, we did Slick Rick. It was Slick Rick, Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
And well, it wasn't really Wu-Tang. Well, it was a Wu-Tang song, but we did the Method Man version. We did the Method Man version off his solo record.
That's right. Man, I love that one. I heard that for the first time. I was like, holy shit. This is the best song of all time. So I'm excited to see what you can do with When Doves Cry. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, but we've been going back and forth for the last month trying to figure this out. Prince is such an iconic artist, and you have to do it justice. You can't just go up there and cover the song. You have to, and we're trying to put the Nonpoint spin on it, and trying to make it our own. It has been nothing but a pain in the ass.
Probably pretty nerve-wracking too. Like you said, you can't just do a Prince cover. You have to do it the Nonpoint way, but still honor Prince and not fuck it up, right?
Yeah, it's like how we did In the Air Tonight, and which actually got Phil Collins' blessing.
That's amazing.
And so I know that we did a good job, and that song has been still to this day gets played in stadiums and arenas, like at sporting events, and it's insane how much that song has done. It's our biggest song on Spotify. It's got almost 30 million views.
Wow.
Streams. And so we made it, like, it's so weird because people think now it's our song, like it's because how long we've been playing it and stuff. But we have to make it just as good. We have to make Doves just as good as that or better, for us to release it. So we're not going to rush it. We're going to take our time until we find the right formula,
Yeah, 100%. And I was watching the quarantine cover of or the quarantine re-recording of Kicking and Screaming. And how difficult was that to do it that way? Like, basically, didn't Elias say, like, he sang and then he sent you guys stuff and then you kind of added to it as you went?
Well, that song was put together by our engineer, Rob. He actually played the piano. Mm-hmm. He played the piano on that, and he wrote like all the strings on Frontlines.
Okay.
As well. I mean, we wrote basically off of that.
Okay.
And Elias kind of put his own spin, like a new spin on it, just like he did with Frontlines. He put his own spin. Like we actually had the original session of the song, so we wrote off the vocals. And he said, I want to sing this different. So he he did it. And then when I remember hearing it, I was like in tears because of what the lyrics were saying, you know, and how crucial these times are and how all these people are thrown into the fire there, you know, to save lives. And so but it wasn't really that hard because at least my parts weren't hard. I just had to throw in some drums here and there. But I have to give huge credit to Robb Rivera, who is our engineer, and he put it all together, basically. He put all the skeletons, like all the strings and all the other stuff together, and then we wrote on top of that.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. I love it, man. So just...
Well, I was just going to say, I want to rewind for a little bit because you kind of talked about something in the beginning when you said, you know, you guys didn't do social media for 3 months. Well, you know, you guys are stalwarts and you guys are one of the hardest working bands over the past 20 years that I know. You and Elias are constantly on social media, like, you know, doing music, you know, doing silly things, always on Instagram, always on Facebook. You guys are road warriors, always on the, you know, road. Just saw you guys twice last year, you know, before everything started earlier in the years. And that's the thing. I know it must be difficult because you guys work your butt off, and you know, to like have downtime like this, I'm sure it's helped to like do the covers and do things like that. And that was actually one of my questions is what's the whole process when you guys do music? We'll say we're not doing COVID. What's the whole process? Do you guys sit down to write music? Is it sporadic, or how does it work for you guys? Has it helped?
Well, I mean, there's 5 in the band, so 3 of us live in Illinois. Elias lives in Michigan, and our guitar player lives in Indiana. Our other guitar player, Jason, lives in Indiana. So, I mean, it's not hard for us to get together. We do spend, you know, we are, you know, in the modern age of email and Dropbox and Pro Tools and home studios. So everybody has a home studio at their house. You know, that, you know, I put some drums together. It's hard for me because drums can be universal. You know, like how many possible drum beats can you write? You know, so it's not like a guitar riff. You know, you can write a million guitar riffs, but drum beats pretty much, I mean, you can hear the same drum beat in like thousands and millions of songs. You know, but usually like the guys will send guitar ideas and Rashid will program some drums just so I can get an idea. And then we send everything to Elias, and then he kind of like, you know, if he wants to chop it up, he will. And then once we get like 2 or 3 solid ideas, then we get together, you know, in a room, and then we jam them out, you know, to make sure that we can play them and they're comfortable to play. So, I mean, we've been fortunate. We've been getting together on a regular basis since May.
That's awesome.
To put songs together and write stuff. So we are writing new music. I mean, we're always writing. Doesn't matter if we're on the road, if we're at home, like we're always writing music. I mean, the amount of ideas that we have is absolutely insane. The library of stuff, like it's funny that you mentioned that. That's funny you mentioned that. When I was at the studio we work at Uptown in Chicago, and Rob, our engineer, he opens this folder, and there is at least 50, 60 ideas that we haven't even gotten to. It's like, oh my God, we don't even have to sit down and write anything. There's all this stuff here. Yep. You know, there's a lot of music that we have. I like in my computer alone, I have like 30, 40 ideas that I haven't even presented to the band. Wow. You know, like we all have an insane amount of stuff. So it's not hard getting ideas out or putting it together, you know, but it could stem from a bass line that Adam sends, or Rashid or Jason send a guitar riff, or Elias sends a vocal, or I'll send a beat. It really depends on who starts it, but everybody's involved in that process as far as like when the song starts. You know, the lyrics are pretty much last most of the time, and the melodies, but it could spark from anything. It could spark from a drum beat, it could spark from a hitting one note on the bass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just depends on who sends it first.
Right.
That's awesome. That's so great. And like, you guys have been going since '97, at least you and Elias. Like, there's not many bands that have that longevity that can maintain the work ethic that you guys have. Like, you guys are touring, like you said, this you were taking a break anyways for a little bit here, but you know, would this be the longest you've been inactive since COVID started, basically?
Well, interesting fact is 2020 is going to be actually the first year in a career that we have never done a live show.
Wow.
I bet so. I bet.
You know, I mean, we're going to do stuff, you know, online,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not, you know, the same, obviously, you know, but this will be the first time in my career, in the first year since 1997 with Nonpoint, that I have not played a live show.
Jesus.
And it's when we had 6 or 7 shows scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
We had shows next month. We were supposed to do the Blue Ridge Rock Fest, and
Yeah.
we were going to do Rebel Rock. And I mean, if you would have told me back in March that we were still dealing with some COVID bullshit now,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say you're crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I had no expectation that this was going to last this long, and now I don't even know when this is going to stop. You know, like,
Yeah.
there's so much crap being fed into the media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, you know, I can't even believe, you know, there's so many stories and theories about this that I cannot even, I don't know what's what anymore. So, you know what, I got really sick in March.
Okay.
So I do believe, and you know, I was talking to other people who have had the same symptoms, I do believe that I had COVID.
Yeah.
But I didn't, I mean, I got over it in 2 weeks. Like they'll say, you know, that's when, that's the recovery. It's 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I never got tested for it because I didn't qualify because my fever wasn't high enough.
Okay.
But I don't, my tour manager and merch girl, Allie Hunter, she's a nurse.
Yeah.
So she said, you don't have to have fever to have COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then see, now
She
everybody.
works on a COVID floor in New Orleans.
Right.
At a hospital.
Jesus.
So she said, you don't have to have a fever to have the COVID. So, and then one of my friend's daughters got it, and she had the same exact symptoms that I had. Like, it's insane. I had a really bad sinus infection.
Okay.
And there was one night I couldn't even breathe.
Yeah.
Hardly. You know, it was horrible. I couldn't sleep. I thought I literally was going to either have a heart attack or was going to die. It's like, so I went to the doctor the next day and I got a prescription and stuff. And then, you know, little by little, it just started going away. But I had no idea this shit was going to be this long. I've never experienced, I'm 50 years old, so I've never experienced this in my life.
And
Of
you know
course.
what? And nobody has. Like, the last
Right.
pandemic was what? The Spanish flu in 1918?
Yeah, I mean, we had SARS and then
Yeah,
the swine
SARS,
flu and all this other stuff, but the
swine
world
flu.
is shut down.
Yeah. The world,
You know,
you're right.
so here I'm thinking, everywhere I go, there's people with masks. Like, it's insane. I mean, I'll wear my mask. I'll wear the mask if it's going to help
Yeah.
get us back to normal. I'll wear it for as long as you need me to.
Thank you.
You know?
That's what I'm saying too. Absolutely.
You know,
100%.
but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, you know. Let's see after November.
I guess. Well,
That's what I say. That's
yeah.
the exact same thing I say.
I mean, that's a lot of people say that. I mean, I'm not
Yep.
saying that's going to be the case, but
Right.
who knows? I like I
Right.
said, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Especially, yeah, certainly with the man in charge there, but also cold and flu season be ramping up then too. So.
Yep.
Who knows?
So who knows if there's going to be more cases and you know, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. It's scary, you know, that I mean, my kids are now full on remote. They're not going to school.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is going
What
on,
a
man?
world.
It's
eh?
like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just, and I feel bad because I have so many of my friends that have lost their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, thankfully they have unemployment, you know, but
Yeah.
there's some people that have had to shut down their business. I mean, businesses, man, it's fucking terrible, man. This is,
Yeah.
I dread to get up in the morning to see the news.
I know.
You guys, you got to unplug for a while. That's what I
I
had to do.
do.
You're just
I
fucking like,
do.
I don't even look at the fucking thing anymore. Like, I'll flip through my Facebook and be like, okay, what sort of bullshit is
Yeah.
this? I'm like, oh
I just
God.
started unfollowing a bunch of people with
Yeah,
their theories,
yeah. Just clean
and I
them up.
just don't care. I'm just trying to live my life as safely and as possible.
Mhm.
You know, I wash my hands, I do the sanitizing, I wear the mask, you know, I do the social distancing.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever it takes. You know, I've gone out to a couple of restaurants,
Mhm.
and you know, and I will go out to eat. I mean, it's just weird because, you know, they won't let you eat at a restaurant, you know, but, you know, 300-400 people can be at Costco,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. But I know it's essential. I know people need to do groceries, but
Yeah.
people have
The
you have a chance of
curbside
getting
pickup.
sick. You can get sick there too, you know. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm just trying to be, like I said, be as positive as I can, and I'm going to continue to work on music and trying to live my life as safely as possible.
That's all you guys can do at this point, for God's sake. Just stay
Yeah,
safe. Make sure your family's safe. That's all that. Like
absolutely.
we got two little guys here that are immunocompromised, so you know it's been a huge stress for my family personally about this shit. So it's like, oh
Yeah,
Of course.
I have two kids of my own, and
yeah,
I'm not a teacher.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't teach them. You know, they'll fail if I'm going to teach them. You know, they can't have me teach them. Their mom is a teacher, so hope, you know, and who knows what's going to happen with her.
Yeah,
You know, me, I can't teach them. I don't understand this curriculum of these days.
right, right. So that's interesting. So is your wife having to go back to school
I'm
or
not
schools?
sure what's
Yeah,
going to happen
I
there.
don't know
I
yet.
have no idea.
I don't know.
I have
Our
no
schools
idea what's
aren't
going to
open
happen.
yet till next or September 8th, I think.
Like they start their remote learning September 8th.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, they said that they're going to be out until November. So I mean, just put it together, I guess.
Well, we're back, and we've had 2 cases in the first week of school. So
Yeah.
So you have to take their. Is a school closed? No.
no, a school is not closed.
They didn't quarantine?
Wow.
Wow.
No, they
Whoa.
didn't quarantine. There was one in the high school.
Oh, is that at a high school that happened?
Because I thought they were supposed to just like if they had a case, they had to quarantine everybody that was like in the class basically. But
See,
that's
I don't know.
interesting.
I mean, I know people that have gotten COVID,
Yeah.
and nobody else in the house got COVID.
That's so fucked up to me.
You know, like I have a friend of mine who lives here in northern Chicago, and her stepdaughter got it.
Mm-hmm.
No one else in the house got it.
See, my wife got real sick back in it would have been April, I think, like super sick, just the same sort of symptoms that you're talking about, and my oldest son did too, and I had like a sniffle and a sore throat, and that was it.
Did she go get tested?
She didn't get tested because she didn't have a
Yeah.
fever.
See, that's the thing, like that they did not test me because my fever was at 99.1. I guess you have to be at 100.3 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's
To get tested. And I was gonna try and get the antibodies test
mm-hmm.
just to see if I did get this, because I went to go see a band back in February, and the singer was really, really sick.
Oh shit.
And I got sick 2 weeks after that, and his tour manager, when he got home, tested positive for COVID.
Fuck. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that I possibly had it.
Putting the dots together, you probably did have it, man, to be honest.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I'm not 100% sure because I didn't get tested for it, but I clearly had some of the symptoms. So,
yeah. Well, thankfully.
And that's the first time I had gotten sick in at least 5 years.
Yeah, and that's like with a rigorous tour schedule that you guys do. You know, obviously you take care of yourself, but you know that takes its toll in itself, being on the road.
Yeah, but I wasn't actually on tour. I just went to see a band that was on tour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, I mean, in the 5 years that you would have been touring, you didn't get sick, and now it's like,
yeah, I mean, now I'm kind of worried about the fall. Am I going to get sick, and I'm going to have to get like the next county over? I just went for dinner tonight to an Italian restaurant.
Yep.
The next county over, they're not allowing indoor dining. It's all outdoor dining, and that's just the next county over. But the county I live in, they're allowed indoor dining. So weird. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I live in Illinois too, but I'm down south. I'm about 2.5 hours south of Chicago, and we're pretty,
whereabouts?
Well, you guys played in Champaign, so pretty close to Champaign. You guys played
Okay.
Champaign last year, so at the city center.
Like
And,
Peoria? Is that Peoria area?
I'm about an hour and a half from Peoria, so.
We played Champaign last year. Where did we play?
At the city center with Hyro the Hero.
Yes. Were you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then you guys did
Hyro
Joliet.
and Hyro and who else played? Zero Theorem and
Madam Mayhem.
Yeah. Yes. Okay,
Yeah, and then you guys
remember.
did Joliet at the Forge with POD. That was before that, though. So.
Were you there as well?
Yeah, I was.
Oh my, you're a traveler. I love it.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. I forgot about that Champagne show.
I can't imagine you guys play so many shows. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just I remember playing Champagne, and what's the name of that venue there?
The city center.
No, but there was another one that we played at years ago. We played there with Seven Dust. It's right by a college.
When you guys played the Canopy Club.
Canopy Club. There we
go. Yeah, I was at that show too.
Oh, and I haven't met you face to face.
Yes, we have.
Oh my God! I don't know. Okay, I've met so many people, but I can't.
Oh, I'm sure.
I can't see. I can't see you, so I don't know. Wow, awesome.
That's awesome. And I'm just some schmuck in Canada, so I haven't had the pleasure of seeing you yet.
You're in Canada? Where?
I'm in Saskatchewan.
Okay, yeah, we played in Canada last year. We did Edmonton.
That's about 8 hours. 8 hours.
Yeah, in Calgary, and we did Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto.
The Canadian tour, the classic Canadian tour.
Yeah, we did
that's
that.
Where all the bands play.
We did that with Hell Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
It was.
So tell us some of your
cool.
crazy band stories that you can tell, Rob. Tell us some. You have 20 years worth of band crazy fans.
Yeah, what's the craziest shit you've seen?
Craziest stories.
Craziest story. Well, there was a guy in South Carolina, a venue called Ground Zero, and he had a knife in the pit.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
One of those curved knives.
Yeah.
And but the bouncers beat the living shit out of this dude.
Oh my God.
Like crazy stories. I mean, I don't know. I all the crazy ones, I might get people in trouble. So, I mean, I've seen a crazy amount of stuff on tour that I can't really speak about.
Oh, I'm sure.
I've seen a lot of craziness, but nothing crazy that's happened to me. I mean, outside of maybe an altercation with a couple people that they were drunk, but I don't really have any. I don't party or nothing like that. You know, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, but I don't partake in the crazy stuff. So, but it's fun to watch.
It's entertaining. Yeah.
And all this was all before the age of cell phones.
Oh, sure.
Like there was no videotaping. Now I would not dare to do anything. God forbid there's a phone out. We live in an era where fucking people will video everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, trying to think. I mean, we've got a lot of breakdowns, bus breakdowns. That's always crazy because you have to cancel a show and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Fuck.
That sucks. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm sorry. I can't really think of one. I'm sorry. I can't. Like I said, I don't really partake. I said, I've seen a lot of stuff, but stuff really I can't talk about.
Well,
we have that code. We have that code, you know.
Who are you listening to right now? Who are some bands that you're listening to? Like, who do you go see? Who's on your playlist?
My playlist. Well, I'm an old school soul, so I stick to a lot of the old school. As newer bands, well, I like the new Lamb of God record is very good. The new Trivium is excellent. The new Trivium album is excellent.
Yeah.
Actually, the new Static X album is pretty dope.
Oh, I didn't realize they put a new one up. Nice.
Been listening to a lot of Mon and Marth lately.
That Viking metal.
I know they're not very new, but I'm trying to think of newer bands. I don't know. I don't really listen to a lot of new stuff. You know, I mean, there's a band out of Australia called Messiah. that I like a lot. They're like an old school thrash band. Very, very cool band.
So you listen to
But
heavy stuff, some pretty heavy stuff.
I listen. That's me. That's where my
Yeah.
heart is. My hardcore and
Yeah.
thrash. That's where I came from. That's my shit. You know, that's what I listen to mostly. But I mean, I'll throw on some Journey and REO Speedwagon. I'll get sentimental too. You know, I'll throw on some Journey, some REO Speedwagon, Foreigner.
Whatever.
Boston. I love me some Boston.
I love Boston too.
You know, who else? Styx. I love Styx.
Fuck.
I love the Police. You know, I'll listen to the Police, but then I'll listen to Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth, and Creator, Destruction, Venom, Napalm Death, Morbid Angel. I like all that stuff too. Like I can switch the gears, but I can also listen to gangster hip hop too. You know, like. So I mean, I like it all. I won't listen to country or I won't listen to jazz.
Me either.
Or classical. I can't. I may be classical to fall asleep to, but I'm eagerly waiting the new Deftones album. They put out.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm looking forward to that.
It's sounding good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It sounds very Deftones, you know. So we'll see. I like Hatebreed. God, there's a lot of bands, man. That's a question that would take up an entire podcast. Yeah.
We'll have to do it again sometime. Have you back. We'll talk all the bands, all the good bands and bad bands. There's a lot of bad bands too.
There is. I don't listen to those.
No, we don't listen to those.
But I don't speak negatively about them either. You know, I don't talk negative about any band. So
that's good.
Like whatever is said stays within my circle. You know, I don't publicly bash anybody or anything. There's no time for that.
No time. That's good. Oh, excuse me. Well, yeah, man. We got a couple minutes left, so I guess we'll keep our ears peeled for the When Doves Cry covers ready.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely be announcing that pretty soon. It's just depending on when it gets done. Like I said, I was sending out text messages today. This is one of the hardest songs to ever recreate. You know, I was online looking for Doves Cry covers on YouTube to see what these people have done to it. Yeah. To make sure that I'm not doing the same thing, you know.
Shaman's Harvest did one of When the Doves Cry a long time ago, and it was actually pretty good.
I saw that. They did it acoustically, right?
Yeah,
I saw that video today. It's funny you mentioned that. I saw that video today.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm not too familiar with the band, but I know they're great musicians in that band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did a short tour with them, but I don't remember much about it. And there was only 6 shows, but I know that they're very tight, very good at what they do. So.
Yeah, I agree.
That's great. And then you said you got the live streams coming up at some point. That'll be exciting. That's kind of just the way everything's going right now.
Yeah.
So.
Unfortunately, 2020 has not been kind to us.
No. You and all the other bands out there, man, like holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fathom like newer bands and not being able to tour, you know, and survive. You know, luckily for me, you know, we've had a 22-year career.
Yeah. That
we've been able to sustain, and we're lucky and blessed that, you know, we've been able to ride it this long, and there's no stopping us. We're going to keep going. We're going to take this shit till the wheels fall off, you know?
Not a boy. We'll be here for it, man.
Definitely, man.
We'll be here for it. All right, brother. Well, I thank you. I thank you very much for taking time.
Thank you, Rob.
No problem. Thank you. And hopefully next time I see you, tell me, hey, I'm from the Limbo podcast.
I will do that.
I don't know if I do remember speaking with people at that Champagne show. Did I speak to you at the merch table?
You guys were walking around by then, but yeah, you met myself and my sister, and actually told you the same thing I said tonight, that you guys are, you know, this past 20 years, I tell bands about you guys all the time that you guys are the hardest working band, you know, like stalwarts in the industry, because of, you know, where you guys are at is because of all the hard work you do. So I really believe that.
We have toured so much. It's crazy that we've not touring.
Yeah.
Very odd, but I'm hoping that 2021 we can rev up those motors again, man.
I hope so too, my friend.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me on the show, and anytime you want me on, just hit up our team at FM, and we'll make it happen.
I'll do that. I'll certainly do that. I sure appreciate that, Rob. Thank you very much for taking the time out for us tonight.
No
All
problem.
right,
You guys
thank you
have a good
guys.
night.
You
Thank
too.
you,
Thank
Rob.
you. Bye bye.
Well, that was Robb Rivera from Nonpoint. That was really cool. I sure appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, my friend. And I want to thank my lovely co-host, Angela Mockbee, as well, for joining me here tonight. That was cool, man. I've been listening to Nonpoint for a long, long time. So to get to talk to the man, can't ask nothing better than that. All the best, you guys. Stay tuned. You heard it here first. The When Doves Cry cover will be coming at some point, and we'll keep you posted for the live stream anniversary concert. So thank you very much. I'll be back here tomorrow with Tony Grimes. Peace out and bye-bye.